Hello guys, it's time to show you some really interesting things I found out in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 for Bedrock Edition. Now as you can see, why is my volume so low? I don't know why my volume was so low. The reason why I'm using Windows One is just so I can view high coordinates without them crashing the game. Because anything over me, like the flow limit, might crash a game. And as you can see, you'll see the normal quarter parlance like repetitive, additive parlance. It may actually generate a little bit like the quarter, as you can see in the Z. For whatever reason, the bumps over here look like the fringe lands. And don't ask me why my voice sounds a little bit bad. And so, all of these are not actually like the round artifacts you see in the quarter edge farmerland, even though these do generate like the quarter edge farmerland. Sometimes you will see a giant tunnel like this in the Z. And some people actually notice this. I could not manage to install the update for Pocket Edition, meaning I was never able to view the fringe lands or repetitive farlands in Pocket Edition when they were still in it, because I did have a copy of it at the time. This is not usually that those giant holes generate unless if they are something repetitive. Here's one which actually is going to repeat. Those giant holes you don't usually generate as they only repeat. Here. So it does repeat of a Z, E, or the X. Let's see if that one repeats. Oh wait, it's actually a pattern. It's actually a pattern. That one repeats. Then this one repeats. Then that one repeats. And then what is that one? And then that, from what I previously saw, repeats again. Wow, this is like a pattern. And you'll see the giant stage if I reach this point. After this point, only degenerates like the quarter farlands. Before this point, it's actually less repetitive because it generated both circle artifacts and like these, and it repeated only 2 times, sometimes 8. It only get really repetitive at this point. And this is the same for the Z. This is the same for the Z actually. At this point, it actually looks totally different. And as you can see, these giant tunnels, or like caverns, keep repeating, and as you can see, this is the exact same, and this has a, well, so it generates pretty weirdly. The way Pocket Edition handles the floats is a pretty weird way to do so. Because when this part starts overflowing, this part starts becoming the quarter because the top starts overflowing enough times to become a quarter. Just like what happens if it's still generated edge farlands after 12,550,824, which you would expect the quarter farlands would generate. But the vat degrades instantly, so this thing is not usually visible, but sometimes this part actually overflows before the other parts, which causes this to appear before the other parts actually start degrading. But let's take a closer look into the sky grid, as I have not focused on that in a long time. It's usually very rare if you'll see a five block strip in the SKYGRID that only happens in diagonal lines which start generated. Since most diagonal lines are generated when the degrading is already happening, not before the degrading, this causes them to not usually generate. But if they do generate, you have a rare seed. Here's one of these pillars of a pillar land, because pillar lands do generate. And if I manage to actually go see this, I will show you. Since this does not appear in most seats, I can't show you it. But let's explore the repetitive results of eggs. At this point, there's nothing really too noticeable, except that nothing, because it does not always show a degrading at this point. That only happens at the first stage where it's not repetitive. It starts becoming repetitive at 49,000. And for an exact number, 49,037. Sometimes the blocks do still detach, like that infinite bug. I got a bug in that snapshot which had the messed up VBOs. And sometimes the blocks do detach, just like infinite or infinite development. Have I not realized that these are degrading? It looks the exact same. I can't find that. But let's just go to. And at this point, you'll see that almost everything is gone. Most things degraded. And for some reason, at this part, it blends in perfectly with the artifacts. Sometimes it gives these 4 blocks, or in this case, 8 block artifacts, or even 12 block artifacts. These things just end after 64 blocks, maybe 32 blocks, and it continues to go. Then this is not always appear, but sometimes. Then this is not always appear, but sometimes. This is not always appear, but sometimes. I'm still seeing the fall and still generate after the 12,562 points. Alright, so, well, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. And, well, that's the end. Except for. Wait, there's one more thing I gotta show. Oh, there's one more thing I gotta show you who are gonna watch this video. There's one more thing I'm gonna show that for those who are gonna watch this video. Now, have you ever heard of a positive X negative Z SKYGRID? And if you are playing Pocket Edition, well, at this point, the SKYGRID actually starts degrading, like at the 12,562 point at just 553,000 to 280. And then you'll see a very completely gone, giving you a perfect side image or in this case, a mirror image of the repetitive edge far left as they do appear as a mirror image. This is the exact same. This part generates like the farther layers because it keeps switching on forever without changing. Oh, it does change. Then let's take a look at the repetitive fringe lines of the Z. And at this point, you'll be able to notice these like changes. At this point, there's no the corner top starts overflowing a second time, causing it to appear as just the edge variant of a top. And then you'll see the artifacts generating. Even they generate a little bit before this point, that is not really a noticeable point that they are at. But it becomes very noticeable at this point that something is wrong with a level generation. And for you viewers watching this video, oh, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more awesome content for you to learn, if you can learn anything, and see my other amazing stuff. Then let's go show you the next stage. Why do I keep typing 777? At this point, it's very noticeable that, well, the level is breaking down out in huge stages. And at this point, it now generates and it stops generating in this way. Then it will give away to this one block tall corner platform or above a corner, which actually overflows for a little bit until it also becomes infected with a fridgelets, whatever that means. And then this will turn into a SKYGRID like at this point. At this point it will be it's a no. At this point it's gonna become a SKYGRID. 13 million. Oh my god! Oh my god, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting for the game to crash. That was not what I expected. Well, bye.